Good day, everyone. And our group is here again to present our presentation, which is week 17 that stands for our final project in CCS 103, which we design a multi-form Java Swing application that will demonstrate a library application system for the admin and student. And before we start, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. Good day again. I am Maria Nis Alde Guzman from 1ITB, together with Mr. Roldan Valencia, Mr. Janelle Laguna, Mr. Benedict Mendoza, and Mr. Lois Patiao. And now, let's proceed to Mr. Benedict Mendoza to explain the account or login process.
Once again, I am Benedict Mendoza, and I'll be the one who will be presenting the login and student information process. When the user run the program, the loading screen or the splash screen with a GIF loading effect will show up with a JProgress bar from 0 to 100%, and it will be disposed when it reaches 100% and the main frame will show. When the user click the login menu, the frame will appear and the user need to log in either as admin or as guest. And when the user log in, the frame will show up and you need to put his or her username and password. We set admin as default for the username and password. And for the process of student information, when the admin click the add student, admin can now able to create or add student account. When the admin click the save button, the information will be saved. When the user select the student add account, the user now can select an account to the specific list. The student ID and his or her username will reveal, and the admin can now enter his or her username and password. And now, the admin can able to create a student account. And for the book management process, Mr. Batyao will be explain it.
Good day everyone, again I'm Bajao and I will present the book category. The admin click the add category. The admin can add new category for the book. And when the admin click the add button, the new category which is Dystopian will be added to the category. And now let's go to book viewing and filtering. The admin can search the book they prepared and also the category they prepared. And to present the book inventory, let's proceed to Mr. Roldan Valencia.
Good day everyone. I'm here to introduce the book inventory. And when you click the book inventory, these three menu will show. And when the admin click the add new button, this frame will show. It means admin can add new books. And this is for the example. And when the admin click the save button, the data will save. And also we add the new features for the restoring delete books. And when you see, when I delete this book and save, it is totally gone in this add book frame. And then when I click the restore book, and as you can see, the delete books is here. And when you click it and then click the restore button, this dialog will show. It means the book is totally restored. And when you check it at the list, it is here. It means the restore book is function. And let's proceed to the book stocks or add book stocks or damage. It means admin can choose the books and whether it is like to add as stocks or add as damage. So this is the example. And also, we add the features for the book damage. Because sometimes book damage will be fixed again and may add again in the book stocks. And this is for the example. When you click this and add, and as you can see, the damaged book will add in the table of the stocks. And now let's proceed. To the book view per stocks. And as you can see, admin can filter by category, whether it is science, fictions, or and also admin can search the book ID of what he wants to search. That's all. And now let's proceed to Miss Eunice de Guzman to discuss the student account or frame.
Thank you, Mr. Roldan Valencia, for introducing myself. And now I will discuss how the manage account flows. Under the manage account, the user can click the student account and a table will appear which they can change the username as well as the password. And after clicking the update button, the updated username and password will now be visible to the JTable. And now, let's proceed to view book available. And after clicking that, view and borrow will appear, then book available table will show. After that, the user can now click an available book, then add it to their cart by clicking the add to cart button. And all books that added to their cart will appear to the student's cart and borrowed book which Mr. Junel Laguna presented.
Thank you, Ms. De Guzman. Once again, I'm Junel F. Laguna explaining to you the process of book cart management in student account. First, when the user click the book borrow, this frame will show. It means that the added book in the cart of the student will be added in the student cart. If the student choose a selected book that he or she wants to borrow, the student need to put a date of return before clicking the confirm button. Once again, if the user put a date that are exceed to the due date of 3 days, this dialog will show. It means that the student will have a penalty fees. And now, if the students have 3 books pending on his or her return, he or she cannot borrow another book because there's a pending book that need to return. And when the student will return a 1 book, it means that he or she can now borrow again another book. And now we proceed to the transaction process. The function of this is to view the student's transaction of what the book he or she borrow and return, and how much will be collected to him because of her penalty fees. And now, let's proceed again to Ms. De Guzman to go back to the admin form to view all the transaction and collected penalty fees of the students.
Thank you, Mr. Junel Laguna. And now, let's proceed to book borrowing and return. To see who the book borrower is, book category, borrowed book, and how much his or her penalty fees are. Then in book viewing report, admin can see all the user's transaction, which book borrowed, and returned. Then in book viewing report, admin can see all users' transactions which book borrowed and returned. And for the collected penalties, you can see here what is the name of the user of the borrower, which has a penalty fees, and the admin can see how much the user's penalty fees are. Then in transaction, Admin can see again the all users transaction, which book borrowed and returned.
And for the book available and damaged, and when you click this, the admin click this frame will show. It means this is the book damage and this is the book available or the book stocks. Who can avail the borrowers?
And that's how the library application system works. Thank you for listening attention. Hope you enjoyed our presentation. And that's the end. Keep safe and hope you're all fine. God bless.